What's up, everybody? The Razman coming at you here with another video. Look at the title. You guys and gals know what this means. The new era, the era of the Cyberpower PC Gamer GUA 880 has begun today on the Razman's Reality. That's right, there it is, guys. Got permission to use it before Christmas because of the dire need for it. There's my Cyberpower PC Gamer Ultra GUA 880. As I said, the original specs on the unit itself were a quad-core processor and 8 gigs of DDR3 RAM with a 1 terabyte hard drive in it, but because this was an and the power supply was 500 watts. But because this was an AMD system, I was able to transfer my existing hard drives over. So all the nightmare that I went through on Facebook for the last 24 hours that some of you saw was unneeded, because I was able to transfer over my old hard drives. But in order to do that, I had to transfer my old power supply, which is fine because my old power supply was actually my newest part in my original system. It was a 550 watt power supply, whereas the one that came with the computer was only a 500 watt that handled one hard drive. So yeah, there it is. And then as you can see here, this is my monitor. I'm not really close to it right now, so it probably looks really green and really bad, but I had to back up so that you could see the tower. And then here you see one of the biggest pluses. It is my TV. My Sony Bravia Smart TV now is also a monitor directly from the computer itself, because this tower had an HDMI hookup, so since I never use the PS3 anymore, that's where the HDMI for the PS3 went. And what that means, of course, is now when I'm watching a file on VLC or through the internet from the web, I can just pull it straight over to this monitor. So there you have it, everyone. There it is. The Cyberpower PC Gamer Ultra GU880. And the one thing I didn't get to show you on the Android camera because it was running out of power was the keyboard and mouse. It's a gamer keyboard, so I'm looking at it now just to get it right actually with my eyes, so give me a second. The A, S, D, W, and the arrow keys, as well as the space bar underneath the the delete and edit, the space bar right above the arrow keys, all that's what I'm trying to say. I didn't know what it was called. All that is highlighted in red because those are your keys for gaming on a PC. And then it's a heavy duty gamer mouse, so it is really nice and really sturdy. And the only thing that I'm not used to are the buttons on the sides, and I've accidentally hit them a couple times, and when you hit them it tries to do actions with the normal way of doing things, so you got to be careful with that. But for those of you not in the know, the reason that it's classified as a gamer PC and the reason I got a quote-unquote gamer PC is because gamer PCs just narratively come with the most power, that you don't have to custom build yourself, and you save yourself a lot of legwork that way. So yeah, that is why the gamer quote unquote PC. I'm still only going to be gaming on the PS4 because I don't want to wear this system out. So, yeah, the other thing I wanted to tell you was that this entire video has been upconverted to 1080p. And what I mean by that is the Android camera shoots narratively in 1080p. So since I finally had a system that could handle it, I went ahead and upconverted the Logitech C920 footage that you're now seeing here to 1080. Even though it has an option to shoot narratively in 1080, for some reason when you do it, it drops the frame rate and only shoots 30 frames per second when it wants to. So I always shoot narratively in 720p no matter what. So first thing I need to know from you is just on this part here with me talking like normal in front of the camera, is this worth it, the up conversion to 1080p? Do you guys see a difference in the TVs or the monitors that you're using? Do you think this is worth doing, or can we just stick with 720p to even make the render time even faster, even though it's no longer an issue? Which, by the way, I'm not going to do it here because this video will feature image stabilization from the Android camera footage, so it won't be an accurate representation of how long a normal render will actually take, because the first half of the video footage it will be using, will be done with image stabilization. But the next video, which is going to be a Sony Vegas tutorial with just Camtasia and just straight out with no fuss, no muss edited inside that program, I will put a speech bubble in that to show you the accuracy of what the render time is actually going to be and how much of a difference it makes. I did do a 30-second test video before filming this, which I have some exciting news for the users of the Logitech C920. Through doing that 30-second test footage, I was able to realize that the new version of Vegas, Sony Vegas Pro 13, actually does not have the reading of the narrative MP4 raw footage problem anymore. So you don't need to run your raw footage through QuickTime Pro first in order to have it read by Vegas, which is a huge plus. I'm still using my .mov render settings from when I did have to do that, because I find that doesn't lose anything in terms of narrative quality from an MP4, but it keeps your file size down lower, which helps with upload time. So yeah, I did want to share that. But as I was saying, because I shot that 30 seconds or so of test footage, I did do a render on that because it's like less than a minute. That took less than a minute to render with this power. So yeah, don't know if that means anything, but definitely saw a huge leap forward with the test footage. And the other thing I wanted to point out, sorry, I got on a little bit of a diet drive there with specs and everything else and everything things we need to cover. But this is the sound that you've been used to on the old system with the way that we had to do things. This is the Logitech H390 USB headset with noise cancelling microphone. So this is the sound you've been used to. But now that we have a computer where rendering isn't a pain in the butt and it's not going to take extra long to have an audio track in it, I can have a separate track for my audio and adjust the volume settings as needed to use the Yeti desktop microphone again, if that's something you all want to see. I have discovered from my own taste that I actually like the sound coming out of this because of its noise canceller and because of having the fridge in the room. I just think that when you use the Yeti, it creates a natural low, very faint, but it's still there, a natural low hum in the background from the refrigerator being in my bedroom as well. But I'm going to switch over to the Yeti now, and in the video on the Yeti, so that you can let me know if you like the sound from the Yeti. I'll use it and I'll go back to wearing hats and I won't have this headset on my head all the time. So you let me know with this footage you're seeing and hearing right now. Excuse my hair, it's of course a mess from just having the headset on, but here is the footage with the Yeti stereo microphone. So again, let me know if you like the sound of this microphone. If you guys can't hear the fridge, guys and gals, can't hear the fridge, and you like the sound of this microphone, we'll go back to using it so I don't have the headset on my head all the time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and you're new here and you like what you saw here today, because I would love to see you again. And as always, this is reality according to the Razman, and Razman style. That's not just a catchphrase, but a way of life.